Good evening. It's right now 10:44 p.m., 10:43 p.m. Motzei Yom Tov, the first days of Pesach, Tes Zayin ניסן. Actually, it's Yud Zayin ניסן already. The night of Al Techol Moed Pesach, Tavshin Pei Hey, April 14th, 2025. We'll learn the family lesson a day for Yud Zayin ניסן. See what we have for Yud Zayin ניסן. Zayin ניסן. Learn Kedalid and Shabbos. Guess we'll skip 2 days. Okay. The quality of Shmir Shaloshin should be attained gradually. This year is sponsored by Chaim the Handyman, and I hope people that use Chaim the Handyman should pay Chaim the Handyman, not like the Ungars and the Sapphire Group and all those people that screwed me over and don't pay me. Yimach Shemam B'zichron, and Yosef Yafi that didn't pay me either. And who else that owes me money still? Svei, his yeshiva. His yeshiva that the building burnt down eventually. Deserved it that it should burn down. So you don't pay electrician, that's what happens. Hashem burns down your building. Constructive listener. Sefer Chofetz Chaim Hilchos Lashon Hara. Before telling others, he must first speak to the guilty party in a soft tone, and attempt to convince him to mend his ways. This is rule number 3. For relating Lashon Hara to Ellis, this rule applies only in a case where there is a possibility that the guilty party will accept the criticism and correct the wrong that he committed. However, in a case where it is clear that he will ignore any criticism, no matter how gently and respectful it is offered, then one is not required to speak with him first. However, says the Chofetz Chaim, in order to speak Lashon Hara to Ellis, a person must have a group of at least 3 listeners who will hear the report together. This is necessary so that his goal will be accomplished. Now, the person, if he tells the report to only 1 or 2 people, then listeners might be thinking, now why is Shlomo being so secretive? If Meir really did drive recklessly, then shouldn't Shlomo want more people to know about it? Seems to me that he doesn't want Meir to know that he is talking behind his back. I wouldn't be surprised if Shlomo made up the whole story to make Meir look bad. Yep. Now, first of all, if you're speaking the Lashon Hara to Ellis, the point of the Lashon Hara is to fix the problem, not to denigrate the person, to make him be a bad person in everybody's eyes, that people shouldn't use this person or help this person. But if the person has no point of speaking bad to basically fix the problem, that people should learn to stay away from him, not to cause him problems, and he should still earn his livelihood, then it's just Lashon Hara. It's not speaking to Ellis. When a speaker offers his report before 3 or more listeners, everyone present knows that news of the report is bound to spread and will probably reach Meir's ears. Therefore, says the Chofetz Chaim, it is we skipped something over here. We skipped over here number 1 by report together. This is in a case where one must relate information to friends or neighbors, not the guilty party's parents or relative. So they should be aware that this guy is driving reckless in the neighborhood, so they should be careful with their kids and this and that. Should be prepared to be aware someone is reckless driving. As if Shlomo said his words in Meir's presence, and his listeners will not suspect him of the sight. Thus fraud, flattery. Nevertheless, they are not permitted to believe his words as fact that he's a reckless driver. It's not a fact of reckless driver. He drove once or twice reckless, so it doesn't make him a reckless driver. Every once in a while, someone drives reckless. As we have learned earlier, even when a person may listen to negative reports for important constructive reason, he may only suspect that they are true. In this case, though they know that Shlomo is an honest, God-fearing person, and surely means to be truthful, you have to consider the possibility that he may have left out some details or been unaware of some fact that would have painted a different picture. Perhaps Meir did not want to reveal to Shlomo that the car's faulty brakes made it appear as if he was driving reckless. They should take proper precautions and speak to Meir privately, confront him with the information, and weigh his reaction. If the guilty party is difficult, angry, a person who is, if he should find out that someone spoke against him, will take revenge, then, says the Chaim, it is possible that the speaker could relate the information in the private to 1 or 2 individuals. In most situations, Lashon Hara Ta'el should be related to a group of 3 or more. The listener should act on the possibility that the information is true but should not accept it as fact. In other words, we can't accept the fact that this person is a bad person, he's a reckless driver. He drove once or twice reckless. And even if he drove 10 times reckless, we still can't consider this guy as a reckless driver. A reckless driver. Sometimes scenes, positions make things that a person has to drive a little reckless. And that's not called reckless. That's called reckless because that situation had to make it be a little reckless situation. Right, anyways, the shiur is sponsored by Chaim, the handyman, 848-238-4432 or 329-225-2339. The best handyman in town in Lakewood, Chaim, the handyman. Have a good night.